Okay. Um. So I'm just gonna be paper trading now. Sucks. Well, I liked it, so it is what it is. Obviously, it's pre-market, but I don't think it really matters that it was pre-market. It's okay. Like I think this is the type of thing where it's like honestly, if that worked out, it would have been high RR, and I just think the wins are gonna outweigh the losses. So I'm gonna keep showing up. I'm gonna keep showing up. Okay, so yeah, I will be trading a lot more because it's all paper now. So just be taking a ton of different trades and just trying stuff. So yeah, here we go. So honestly, I'm gonna be trying to get this account up to as high as I can get it. But it's all good. It's all good. We just got an outside bar. I like this outside bar. I'm gonna take this on paper on the what on the
Order filled.
um 30 second. And honestly, I'm gonna hold this all the way down to midnight at the very least. $319.5.
Stop filled.
Alright, stop that on demo. It's probably just gonna reverse at market open once again. I know when it reverses, I'm gonna probably catch a pretty big trade. So that's one loss out of six, but I have six losses. So this low key up here probably will be Venom. I don't know if we're gonna get up that high. I think market open is just gonna dump price. What I want to see is just an outside bar at market open. This Phoenix will probably be pretty high RR. I'm not gonna take this one, but I will just tape read it. Bullish SMTs. I'd be in break even. So I'd be break even because the bullish SMTs on the Phoenix. Should have taken it, dude. That's fire. It's playing out. Yeah, I'd be in break even. We might just have a bullish SMT and then we might run back up. I could have taken that Phoenix, but I just feel like I'd be over trading. And it's just a pretty high RR trade. This looks like a real 2022 model here. I'm gonna try Halcyon Protocol. Okay, I'm trying Halcyon Protocol here. So it should be at 391.75. It's exactly where it is.
Order filled.
Okay, and then targeting 319.
Stop filled.
Yep. Oh man, my stop was too tight. Okay, we just got change in state on the 5-second. Dang it. Wow. Market just opened. We got SMT with that high. Once again, RTH gap is to the downside. I'm going to take this Phoenix right here for 2.
Order filled. Stop filled.
Okay. Stopped out. Still bearish. Okay, we just got change in state after taking out all the highs. Do we have a first presented for value gap? We have a first presented for value gap. I still think this is going to reject. I think we're going to go lower still.
Order filled.
Oh, I accidentally ordered, I accidentally double clicked. That's not good. Alright, I'm in break even.
Stop filled.
First presented for value gap is inversed. I want to see this held, and then I guess we have bullish SMTs now. I want to see continuation to the downside though. I'm gonna try this first strike.
Order filled.
Oh.
Order filled.
I already got stopped out. Okay, finally, outside bar. There we go.
Order filled.
Hopefully this one is. I only have one trade left, so this is the last trade. This is the last trade. I'm gonna Kufu stack in. This is the last trade. Literally, I don't have any more trades. If this loses, then I have to be done on paper. I'm gonna Kufu stack in though. As long as stop loss can be on 436. No, it can't. Never mind. I don't think we're bullish. I'm gonna Kufu stack in here. Really, dude. Do we have the first presented for value gap yet? I don't think so. I'm gonna enter a Kufu stack on this change in state on the 1 minute. As long I actually might not be able to. I can't. 443. Yeah, I can't. I can't do it. It's not valid. Is it really this bullish? It surely can't be bullish right here. I think we're gonna start dumping like crazy. I really do not think we're bullish. I will stack in. I will stack in. If we get a change in state here. I'm not bullish. But I only have one more bullet left. I'm not bullish. Oh my gosh. Check 4-hour RB. rejection block. This feels like a rejection block right here. I think we're gonna reverse, but I guess I'm just not on side with the market today. Bye bye my last trade. There you go.
Stop
out.
filled.
Okay, I have to be done for the day on demo. Bro, no way I took 7 losses. Alright, now I have to trade on this account. Bro, that is the definition of why you just do 1 loss and be done, bro. That sucks. Alright. I'm still bearish. I'm gonna trade on paper still, but I will be just trading on the You married your bias. Yeah. But it is bearish. Like I'm pretty sure it's bearish. I will be trading still, but it's just gonna be on the other paper account. I'm trying to have a limit on the Trade-Evate paper account. You stop trading market opens. The thing is, guys, I know if shorts play out, it will be like a $100 trade, like, cause we're gonna run all the way probably for the whole entire RTH gap. So. Bro, there's no liquidity to the upside. This has got to be high resistant. I'm gonna be trading, but just on TradingView's paper account. But I ran out of trades on the other paper account. Snowman, you're funny. Okay, we're getting change in state off the new week opening gap and inversing this Ferrari gap. Okay, I'm gonna short this. This one, like I said, this might be 100R. And this, whatever the risk is, it's gonna be like. It's gonna be like 2 times. It's since I'm trading NQ, right? It's gonna be like it's gonna look 100 times like what I would risk on my other accounts. This is why I don't trade on the TradingView one. Oh my. Okay, no way, bro. I was just my bias was just wrong. Unless this Phoenix model plays out right here. Okay, let's try this Phoenix. Bro, okay, hold on. Why is one tap buying not working? Okay. So I'm entering at the rejection block midpoint. That's why I did double. Oh. Bro, I had bias completely wrong. I don't even know what to say other than that is just. That's why you just stop after one loss, dude. Because when you're wrong, you're just going to continue to be wrong a lot of the time. Jeez. Jeez. That was ugly. I gotta work on not overtrading on demo. I think I overtraded on demo. That was really, really disastrous. Wow. We obviously had a 1 hour, 5 minute buy model off of this gap. Looking at SB Pro. Looks like we had absorption there. Market seller. The heck? I'm gonna go on a little walk. I don't even know what to say. That was just, that was, I just got slapped in the face by the market. Probably just tape read now. I'm trying, guys. Just keep showing up. Sucks. Whatever. I'm just gonna keep just showing up and being me. Sweet. Good. That's really good to know, Snowman. I mean, we ended up with this 1 hour outside bar, this 4 hour outside bar. It's hard to trade against that, but from my perspective, like we didn't really even fill this weekly gap. Really, I was kind of expecting us to finish. Like, look, it's not fully filled, and yeah. Anyway, I was wrong. News at 10 a.m. Yeah. I'll probably just tape read the rest of the day. Probably want to mark out the weekly gap like this. If you mark out the weekly gap like this, using my version of implied gaps, you get a version that is efficiently delivered, which actually makes a lot of sense. Anyway. Yeah, you get, if you look at it like this, you get a version that's efficiently delivered, and I think that's a big lesson, is really actually marking out gaps like this. And we have a 4-hour inversion for value gap. So I think that's a big lesson, is mark out weekly gap, or what, mark out your gaps like this, right? In the implied version that I use, my version of implied gaps. I mean, we end up with this 4-hour IFG and outside bar, which obviously really has a strong impact on price here. So, whatever. I'm going to try and be more consistent, guys. I think, I've got more room to work on with myself. Like, I'm not going to lie, there's a lot I don't get done every day, and I obviously got to work on that. So, and just one day at a time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I mean, we look at it like this, and then we can clearly see the nature of what happened, right? 4-hour inversion for value gap as like our PD array, essentially. And then pop a gradient on the weekly gap. I think the biggest lesson is I really marked out this weekly gap wrong. I would mark it out like this, the way that I just marked it out. So I think that's a big lesson. I'm gonna try and not let it get in my head. I'm gonna really try and not let it get in my head. And I think the reality is days you're wrong, you're gonna be just absolutely wrecked, because the market has no mercy when you're wrong. But also realize that you were just wrong, and you're not the worst trader in the world. You just were really, really wrong, right? That's why we have risk management. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. That's why I have risk management. But yeah, I think a big lesson from today, for me, and I will put this one in my journal when I journal my notes, is I really need to focus, or I need to mark these gaps out correctly, these weekly gaps, because you can see we actually do efficiently fill this weekly gap. And yeah, when you mark it out like this, we definitely fill this gap. And so the more I back test, the more I forward test, the more I realize that this version of gaps, marking out gaps where you imply them based off of Wix, and I know that's not the official version of ICT gaps, the market respects them a little better, honestly. So that's a big lesson, I think, for me with these gaps, is they need to be marked out not as I marked it out, but from the here, I'll just show you. Not like this, but including this wick, and then all of a sudden you can see, okay, here's the true and efficient delivery of price. So that's a big lesson for me here. And you know what, guys? I just keep showing up. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, big lesson for me here is the more I backtest, the more I gain conviction that like my version of implied gaps, this version where you don't use this low, you want to use this low, is actually really, really, really true. Because that now has been efficiently delivered. Anyway, I'm gonna not let it get to my head. It's literally only 8 a.m. or 10. It's only 10 a.m. Eastern, and so I'm gonna just stay on the charts. So, make a new note for today, March 31st. Tuesday. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna focus on taking notes and tape reading for the rest of the day. At least that's what I'm gonna do. Obviously, y'all can do whatever you want to do, right? But that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm just gonna focus on taking notes and tape reading. Right, but you can see how important it is for me to have marked out the implied gap like this. My version of implied gaps, right? It's all good. Just gonna focus on basically what, you know, is in my control, which is I'm really not doing everything I'm supposed to do every day, in all honesty. So let's just focus on that. So it's unmitigated and implied, right? Because we have not, we have not even, we had not used it at all, and also, yeah, we hadn't used it at all, and I'm also marking it out like this. It's all good. Joel's job news above expectations. Good, I guess. Nice. So yeah, there's lots of lessons, guys. I really just think the market is just one giant marathon, and you're gonna go through phases where you're gonna feel like the worst trader, you're gonna feel like the best trader. Just keep understanding it's a gradual improvement of over time. And obviously when you're offside with the market, you're gonna go on these like you're gonna be just totally offside because that's just the nature of being wrong. Is if you're wrong with bias, you're not gonna trade well. So I'm gonna mark out a little note here. Yeah, low key. This is efficient delivery. The market doesn't need to come to the low of your normal for value gap. You see what I'm saying? Once again, this is not the official version of ICT implied gaps, but I don't really care. I just do what makes sense to me, and this makes sense to me. So yeah, it's so important to mark out gaps like that. And then once again, if we drop down to that 4 hour, we can see there's a line time frame IPG, right? And then also it came with the 4 hour outside bar. But, you know, the thing that really threw me off was true opens, because usually you know, when we're like above all those true opens like that, we reverse. But I guess I misread how the true opens were manipulated, honestly. Weekly 4 hour weekly applied FVG to 4 hour IPG. And then you know, you can see what happened, right? We ended up basically retesting the top of the inversion for value gap, or retesting the top of the weekly for value gap. But that's why I like one trade a day. You know, because and I like unlimited, or not one trade a day, but unlimited break evens and wins. One trade a day. Interestingly, this regular fair value gap holds price normal. So, like, I don't know. There's some situations where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of surprised that this gap held price better. Clearly it did. Like, why did this one use the wick, this weekly gap use the wick, and why did this 15-minute gap not use the wick? It is kind of weird, right? Makes you kind of wonder, like, what is the actual reasoning for that? Because you can see clearly this one did use the wick, and this one used the wick prior to the gap, and this one's not obviously respecting it very well. I don't know. Sometimes it just kind of depends, I guess. Sometimes you want to mark it out like this. Sometimes you don't. Anyway, not a fun day for me in the market. I wonder if the market is drawing to fill up towards this opposing RTH gap here. So what else am I missing? I think there was other things like he said there was a day. Someone's, I think Chess said there was a weekly or daily volume balance that price was using. Looks like this right here, and so this as well. I think this is like the Reaper. This is a Reaper gap here. So we look at this daily volume balance. Basically our Reaper gap, right? Yeah, I mean, there you go. That explains a lot. Look at how that Reaper gap gets held. I will never give up with trading. I really do not care what anyone says. Ever. So you can see there's that Reaper gap with and daily volume imbalance. So that right there, souped price. My guess is we're drawing up to this opposing RTH gap. We're going to look to fill it. Reaper and daily volume balance, soup, the low, the weekly implied gap. This is why I know that like DJoser and the Khufu stack, or the stacking models are gonna be so powerful, is because when you're onside, you're very much onside. When you're offside, you're very much offside. You got it dumping hard. Oh dang. But does that make sense, guys? Like, these markets move very directional, and so that's why they're like these models where you get in, go break even, get in, go break even, that I been looking at. That's why they're so strong, is because you're gonna be able to capitalize on when you're right, and those big winning trades are gonna cover tons and tons of losses. And I'm excited for when I really master those, because I know how powerful that's gonna be. So Javier says that Delta is flipping. We might want to pull up the 15-minute chart. Should I keep paper trading? Man, I really wanted to be bearish. I really did. It's now 10 a.m., so, there's a case to be made that price, now that it's 10 a.m., price reverses. Also, I think there's a big, big reason why we kept going up. And that reason is market was seeking this data high. Right? The market was seeking this data high super clearly, and it wasn't really interested in anything else. So that's something to understand here is the data high was just really, really too nice to be ignored. Close to 22K. Dang. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm just gonna keep showing up. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. Market obviously was seeking this data high super aggressively, and you can see that was the case there. So. Anyway, I just gotta focus on myself and doing everything that I'm supposed to do every day. A lot of time I don't get stuff done. I don't get the stuff that needs to get done, and well, that's an issue. So there's personal things I gotta work on. So I mean, trading is like, let's face it, one of the hardest things in the world. So. Market was clearly seeking the data high. We keep going up. Alright. Market does not want to give shorts a chance at all. Data high was taken though, so I mean, I think there's a case for shorts, but what do I know? There we go. Now it might be high resistant. Once again, we're still above all the true opens. Kind of want to try a Phoenix model short now into this rejection block. You trade the pin bars a little different than how FA trades them. How do you trade them? Guys, the reason I wanted to see this be high resistant is because we took the data high already. I think that was just such a high time frame. That was the reason I was wrong, is because we took this data high. So. Yeah, and that's good, Javier. You trade them a little differently because it's like everyone's got to have their own style, you know? I'm gonna put this in like a actual just buy stop here. So if I want to stack in, I can. Looks like we got a pin bar there on the 1 minute chart. think it's a precision swing point though, but well, that trade is about to be break even. Still might be high resistant though. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it. Looks like we're getting probably a low time frame propulsion block. I'm gonna stack because my entry on the other trade's right here. Alright. Well, that was a good practice for a stack, but obviously did not play out. Dude, it's just not bearish at all. Shorts keep getting absolutely cooked. We must be drawing up to some old highs over here. But, I mean, it's previous day's high, so it's previous day high and a data high, so it could reverse. Okay, I'm gonna look at your screenshots, Javier. I'm gonna reset the paper account. This account I'm just gonna trade as much as I want. The other account I'm gonna try and keep it controlled. This account I'm just gonna do whatever. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, we have a... Hold on. New week opening gap. There's an event horizon right above the data high. So we might get like an outside bar off of this, which would be really, really high probability, honestly. Or a pin bar. We have Phoenix type C here. Equal highs-ish type thing got swept. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at your screenshot you sent. I don't see any DM. Oh, must have sent it. I don't see the DM. I think when there's a event horizon right above a data high, or like a whatever, like in this case, this is really strong, I would think. Yeah, this is Phoenix type C here, because we have SMT. It's not SMT into. It's not SMT. So Phoenix type B is basically we have an SMT and a rejection block that's already a thing. We push into it and then go lower. Phoenix type A is the SMT is with the high of the rejection block, and then Phoenix type C is it's a prior rejection block. And there's the new SMT. So this is a prior rejection block and there's a new SMT. Oh wow. We just got a 47 market buyer though. This might be what it takes to reject price. I mean, it's a pin bar. Alright, I'm gonna try this. It's nice because it came with a guy who market bought the top here. Okay, now we're gonna inverse this gap. So we'll probably stack on this. Once again, I've been wanting to be bearish all day, so I'm gonna just have pretty long-term bearish bias right now. I think we're gonna go lower. I'm not going break even, but I'm not gonna stack yet. Sounds good, bro. I'm just finishing my live trading window. We're gonna outside bar this candle, so I will stack on this outside bar if we get it. Maybe on the 1 minute though. on this inversion right here. Maybe just this change in state of delivery. Actually, I like that better. But I'll go for retest. Maybe we want to see a 5-minute. This inverse right here. Well, we took the data high is the thing. Oh, thanks, Jess. I mean, I've been taking so many losses, so it doesn't really matter. But thanks. Once again, I've been wanting shorts all day, so it's like I want to do a stack entry. I want to do something that's a good stack entry. I don't want to just do any stack entry. Lol. Might take profit at London equal lows. That's going to be my default place to take profit. Because I've been wanting that all day. Alright, we just got an outside bar. But we got bullish S&Ts into it. I'm not taking that. I'm trying to think about how I want to do this. Yeah, I haven't been bullish all day. Like, I haven't been wanting to be bullish. The only reason we went up is because the data high. I mean, the data high was just like, it was too juicy. But now that we've taken the data high, I don't think the market will be bullish. I don't know. I mean, yeah. You can clearly see we perfectly sought out the data high. I want to see, yeah, so we're above midnight. We're above 7:30. We go down to the 90-minute true cycle, right? We're above 9:22:30. We go down to low time frame. We're above, where's the lowest time frame one? Where is it? If you're wondering why I'm on the 1 second, I have to go to the 1 second for my indicator to register it. Where is it? My indicator's not registering the true open. What the heck? Hello? Where's the true open for the 22-minute cycle? Where is it? Oh, okay. I had to turn it off and back on. It's right here. You can see that got souped. So, once again, when you're right, you want to be able to be crazy right. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have done a stack entry within this already if I wanted to. But this is why y'all have risk management, right? Because yeah, it's all a game of not going on tilt, and when it's trading live real money, you don't ever go on tilt. Because when you're wrong, you're gonna be probably pretty wrong. When you're right, you're probably gonna be pretty right. It's just the nature of these markets. They're directional. They seek to hunt liquidity, and you know. So what is this? This is 10:30 something. 10:35, 37. We're gonna get a 5-minute change in state. I almost wonder, like, we have a 1 hour gap here. Man, did we just not use the first center for value gap today? Where is it? It's all the way down here. We just didn't use it. That's crazy. We didn't even use the first center for value gap at all. Like, I want to do a stack entry, but like, I just don't see anything I like, so I'm not gonna stack. We have bullish SMT now. We have an old first center for value gap. I'm just higher time frame bearish, so I'm just holding for a long run here. But y'all see how we use the event horizon above the data high? That's what gave me conviction with the short. Like, that was really nice. I've been wanting shorts all day, bro. Finally. Look at this. If we come down here, we're just going to continue, and then we're going to take out London low, and then it's going to continue, and then it's going to continue, and then... We could do a stack entry on this 5-minute CSD. I just wonder off of what PD array. Oh, I know what we can do. We can do a stack entry off of reusing of this old first presented for value gap here. Okay. Okay, so I just sold 2 more at that first strike. So all the rest is just got trailed out. So yeah, with Khufu Stack, the way that it's supposed to go is when that new entry occurs, the entry on the old prior trade um gets break even, or the entry on the old prior trade gets stopped out. So you stop in profit on the prior trade. So I got stopped out on this one, but this one was a AR. So Khufu Stack. All right, this we're gonna get this again. We're getting bullish S&T. Never mind. Okay, I don't think we have it anymore. So I took Khufu Stack. I got stopped in profit on this trade because I tried stacking on this and then I got stopped out on that. This was a valid Khufu Stack, but it wasn't a good Khufu Stack. Could have kept the other trade. I could have been up even more. Oh, 2 minute outside bar closed there. Oh man, I didn't see that. Five minutes gonna inverse. I wish I just didn't Khufu Stack. That Khufu Stack wasn't that good. I should have just kept the original trade. Oh, not 5 minute, 10 minute. Well, the 5 minute is gonna inverse. That was a good practice for Khufu Stack, though. I took Khufu Stack last week, and when I took it, it wasn't technically how it's supposed to be taken, and that was a big lesson I learned. Is you need to be break even on the prior trade in order to really stack on the next trade. So, big lesson learned there. Ooh, first percent for Vag up here. We might actually just get a first strike off of this to the downside. What is this? What is this? How many cons? I think it's supposed to be like 3. Yeah, it was 4, but it's all good. So I'm not taking this anymore. Outside bar off the RTH high. Man, I'd love to take this back to whatever this is, 730. Honestly, there should be two different kinds of Kufu stacks. There should be the version where you you trail the prior trade's break even point to the next trade stop loss, and then also there should be the version where you don't do that. Yeah, man, there was an outside bar. That was nice. I guess on the 4 minute, but still. Yeah, we are going. We're going. We're going. We're going. We're going. This is how you get in on um what's it called, on a very directional market, is you just find those percent for value gaps and then you just look for those low time frame change in states off of them. And you get in really nicely here. But yeah, the market really seeked out the data high, and now it's like, okay, finally we can reverse now. This I'd probably take profit here because reality is that's a BPR, right? Or you could just keep holding. I mean, probably gonna hit these triple equal lows. Yeah, I'm gonna probably need two different versions of Kufu stack. One of them where Khufu, Dejoser, and Machu Picchu stack. One of them where prior trades where the prior trades stop loss, break even point slash stop loss becomes the gets trailed to the new trades stop loss. And another version where and once the trailed So one of them is a version where so we're gonna need two different versions, like similar to how Phoenix Type A, Type B, Type C. We're gonna need like Khufu Stack Type A, Stack Type B. So Type A is stop loss on the prior trade gets trilled to um, what's it called? Stop loss on the prior trade gets trailed to the stop loss on the new trade. And once stop loss on the most recent trade is hit, the stack is over. And then Type B is going to be so stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break even. No. No. Come on. Dang. Rip. I was trying to move a break even, but then I changed my mind. I'll just leave it. But what I'm wondering is, okay, stop loss on the prior. So type A, stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break evened, gets trailed to the stop loss on the new trade. And once the stop loss on the most recent trade is hit, the stack is over. Versus type B is going to be stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break evened. No! I'm trying to think of this how I want to do this. Dang it. Okay, type B, stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break evened. Stop loss stays associated with its own trade. And trying to think of how to word this. I got 7 minutes left on my live trading window. So stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break even, gets trailed to the stop loss on the new trade. Once stop loss on the most recent trade is hit, the stack is over. Stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break even, stays its own stop loss. And the new trade gets executed as a separate entity with its own stop loss. Then if the new trade gets stopped out, no more stacking. But the original trade is still in for stop loss or TP. I like that. Sorry, I'm making, so I have basically a rule-based system for when I'm allowed to stack entries. So I'll give you an example from this move here, right? So for instance, right, we get an inversion for value gap. Okay, so this was my entry for my original trade. So the rule-based system, there's two different versions of it, right? There's the version where, yeah, I got stopped out on my most recent trade. There's two different versions of it. There's the version where when you enter, right, I enter and I go break even. Let's say I stacked on this trade here. Let's say I stacked on this inversion for value up here, which I don't really think I would, but let's say I did. So I stack on this inversion for value gap, okay? There's two different versions of this idea, of this stacking model, right? There's the version where, okay, so I'm already still in this trade. If I get stopped out on this, like let's say it came up, hit my stop loss, this is type A. If it comes up and hits my stop loss, then this trade gets stopped out too. Versus type B, where each trade is its own separate entity, and if this trade gets stopped out, then this one's still in. It may be not different. I love that. But yeah, then there's a separate one where if this one gets stopped out while this one's at break even, this trade's still in. So this is type B, where if this one fails, the original is still in, but I'm not gonna be stacking any more entries. So that's basically those are the two different versions. Type B is, yeah. Hopefully that explains it. But that's kind of what's going on in my head, what I'm trying to explain in my head. But I can't really get all my thoughts out. Dang, bro. We really decided we have to go up again. No one wants the market to go. No one wants the market to go up. What the heck? But yeah, those are my two different versions. So, type A, stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break even, gets trailed to the stop loss on the new trade. Once the stop loss on the most recent trade is hit, the stack is over. Type B, stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break even, stays its own stop loss, and is its own separate entity. And the new trade gets executed. Or wait. So type B is stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break even, stays its own stop loss, and then trying to word this better. Okay, so then type B is stop loss on the prior trade, which has already been break even, stays its own stop loss and a separate entity. And the new trade gets executed as a completely separate trade with its own stop loss. Then if the new trade gets stopped out, no more stacking, but the original trade is still in for stop loss or TP. So those are the two different versions. Yeah. Low key, I still want shorts. Is it bad that I still want shorts? Maybe a little bit, but I still want shorts. It's 11:10 Eastern, but I might do it a trade just for fun. Oh man. I think we're rejecting the first center for value gap. From the other day. I want to see us go lower off of this. But I guess we just inverse this, huh? We might not go lower then. That's kind of annoying, but I know we might go higher. Yeah, we're probably gonna go higher. Yeah, we're using this Reaper gap from all the way over here. So we're going to end up getting an inversion off the Reaper. So we're getting Reaper Abyss here. I'm going to take Reaper Abyss. This is going to hit for like 12R. I can tell. Oh, we already got the inversion, didn't we? Yeah, on the 32nd or the 15-second. This is so annoying. I do not want longs, but I know we're gonna go higher. Yeah, we're gonna get change in state here. I'm gonna stack right when we get change in state. obviously didn't do the right amount of cons, but whatever. I was supposed to do 7 cons. Told you. That was a laser precise trade. What's the RR that was on this trade? So far, it's up 8R. I'm gonna start trailing stops. Actually, I don't know about that. So this was a first strike right here. I took on the micro time frame with that super tight stop loss. That was first strike. This was Reaper Abyss. This was first strike. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I can tell we're gonna continue. I want to be bearish. Ugh, so annoying. No one likes short. No one likes longs. No one does. No one ever in the history of the world likes longs. Longs are boring. Wow, this has been fun price action recently in this last little move down and up. We are above true opens, but we manipulate them really nicely here. Bearish S&T. I don't know. Looks kind of bullish to me. Should I do a stack here? Oh, we have an external gap. I'm gonna mess this up. We have a fat external gap. Might turn this into a Phoenix type. Whatever it's called, Khufu stack type B if we get this outside bar. Probably will, honestly. We got a 30-second. Okay, we're going to do Khufu stack type B. Okay, and now I will trail all the stops to this point. I'll just take profit at the rejection block, honestly.
just take profit here.
Or I'll put in a trailing stop.
Did we not get an outside bar? We might not have actually got an outside bar there. I actually might have messed that up. I don't think that was an outside bar. Dang. Okay, wait. That's not an outside bar. I had the signature of an outside bar. So I thought it was. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
I gotta work on how I'm gonna do Khufu stacks better, but that was kind of fun.
Okay, I'm done for the day on demo, and it's way past my live trading window. Yeah. Because obviously, I want to take some trades where, I start trailing stops separately. I'll think about it. I kind of know what to do. All right, I'm going to put it in my notes. I'll see you guys later. I'll be back tomorrow, and peace out.